Okay, I gotta do my YouTube intro. What's up? No, I don't like that. What's up, guys? It's Sandwich here. Today I'm gonna be giving a presentation on Radahn, Should I say Radahn these nuts? You guys are laughing. Just stop, because I'm watching chat and I'm laughing. Hey, Marcus, when you edit this, just cut this part out. What's up, guys? My name's Sandwich. Are you a dummy? Me too. Well, today I'm gonna be teaching you about an Elden Ring boss named Radahn. Who is Radahn, you might be asking? Radahn the stick. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the presentation. It's good enough. It's fine. General Radahn. Lore for dummies. General Radahn is a really tough boss in Dark Souls. Really, really hard to beat. They actually had to nerf him in the game because he was just too tough. Look, I got a clicker for presentations and it's got a laser on it. So Marcus was born to Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon, and also Radahn of the Golden Order. Wait, did you say Marcus? Son of a... He also said Radahn is a hard boss in Dark Souls. This is not going any way how it's supposed to be. General Radahn was born from Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon, and Radahn the Golden Order. If you don't know who Radahn is, click on this little box right here because I've got a whole video about the Elden Ring lore. Radahn's siblings are Rykar, Lord of Blasphemy, and Ranni the Witch. Once again, we have a whole video on these guys, so get all up in the channel. Who is Radahn? Let's find that out real quick. He has red hair because his father, Radahn, has red hair. He grew up looking a little bit similar to Radahn, but also at some point he started to get very large. He was a war guy, and so he just grew, he was just like a big dude, right? So he looked up to his dad and he admired him a lot. But eventually his dad and his mom got divorced. So he decided he wanted to go with his dad because he looked up to his dad a bunch. And so they got in the car and they drove over to his new stepmom's house, all right? So remember, Radahn and Marika got together at some point. They drive over to stepmom Marika's house. So we've got Radahn and Marika that are married. Well, Marika's ex-husband, who is Godfrey. So remember, at some point she got tired of Godfrey. She kicked Godfrey out of the house, and then she married Radahn. So this is Radahn's stepmom's ex-husband. So Radahn really looked up to this guy. He was like, damn, my stepmom's ex-husband's kind of cool, kind of a cool guy. Like the stepdad that like lets you drink off of his beer and like takes you to a football game and like he lets you have girls over, but like you can close the door when you have girls over. Cool stepdad energy, right? So because he looked up to him, he carved a lion in the front of his armor. He was like, I'm gonna be cool like my stepdad, Derek. Also, Radahn had a horse named Lennon. And I know that seems like a really hard pivot, but it's not. It's actually part of the lore. This is a...
Hello, I am Lennon the horse.
You know. Anyways, so now we've got the Ballad of Lennon the horse. It's actually very important to the storyline. We've got Lennon the horse. Radahn, as he grew, he became a big boy and he got a little bit too big to ride his horse. And that made him really sad. So he traveled to Celia to learn a specific kind of magic from an alabaster lord. They're in the game. This is what they look like.
You're a wizard, Radahn.
Radahn learned how to harness gravity because he wanted to be able to ride his favorite horse. So if he could harness gravity, he could make himself a little bit lighter and then he wouldn't squish his horse. Okay? As he was learning gravity, he thought, what's the next progression? I'm gonna learn how to harness the stars. I think that Radahn might have dated like an astrology chick at some point. So he said, you guys, I'm gonna keep the stars in the sky because I have gravity powers. And you're not gonna be able to dump me based on my horoscope. He was a Virgo. So he halted the constellation, kept the stars in the sky. This is a picture of stars, if you don't know what stars look like. He was like, fuck you guys. Stars are stuck in the sky. Constellations halted. So that is how he got the nickname Star Scourge, okay? Kind of cool. So anyways, he posts up in Ballad at the Redmane Castle and he gathers this huge army because he's so powerful and everybody's like, that guy's a cool guy. I want to be on his team. And his army just like worships him. They like love him. So now we move to the Shattering. And if you remember, the Shattering is when Marika shattered the Elden Ring. Melania, Blade of Mikola, decided to fight Radahn because they're both like the toughest of all of the demigods, right? And they're just like, you're a tough guy, I'm a tough guy, let's fight. Arm wrestle. This is kind of a cool part. This is kind of a sick part. Melania, she's infested with the scarlet rot. So that was kind of her curse when she was born because of the incest stuff. So what she does as her like last straw to try to beat Radahn in this war that's called, did I not write this down? Oh, Battle of Aeonia. Okay, the Battle of Aeonia. It's right at the top, right here, literally right here. So Melania, and in a last effort to kill Radahn, she takes her sword and she plunges it into Radahn, infesting him with scarlet rot. Because of that, the whole area of Caelid becomes infested with this scarlet rot. And you might see in the trailer, there's that flower that blooms over the top of her. That's called the scarlet bloom. And so what it does is it kind of like protects her from dying while also blooming and like pollinating the land with scarlet rot. This is not really important, but this is just kind of cool. We've got Knight Finley, who's this like kind of badass female warrior. What she does is she scoops up Melania and she takes her all the way back to the Halig tree so that she doesn't die. And she manages to fight off like an entire army all by herself just to get Melania back to this tree so Melania doesn't die, which I thought was kind of badass. Radahn is infested with this scarlet rot, right? And so his mind starts to just fester. He's basically this like walking zombie now. He's in the desert. He can still harness gravity, which is kind of cool. So he's riding Lennon, the horse, around, and his legs are just like dragging on the ground and they've turned into these like stumps. He's feasting on like the bodies of like his soldiers.
Finally, some good food.
Being kind of wild, just being a little crazy. So this brings me to our next point. What you can do to help. There is this event called the Radahn Festival. Radahn was such a prestigious warrior. He was really badass. Everybody knew he was badass. Because everybody knew he was badass, they want to give him an honorable death. It's Radahn Con, if you will. They gather a bunch of soldiers together in the Redmane Castle, and they're gonna basically just take him out with a bang. So what you can do is you can go to the Redmane Castle and you can fight Radahn to give him an honorable death. But Radahn, because of his gravity power, is keeping the stars in the sky. So when Radahn dies, the stars might come plummeting down to Earth, which could be a little bit of a problem. So, you know, do what you will. Anyways, thank you for listening to my presentation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was redonkulous. Thank you. Here, watch, I'll fight myself. Ready? I'm strong. I won.